For the sake of curiosity, I'm going to filter my wine, at least half of it, to see how it ages in bottle and what the process of filtering really actually does. There's a lot of debate whether or not filtering actually helps to improve the clarity and the stability of wine. A lot of people argue that you don't want a wine to re-ferment in bottle because that's bad, basically. And to do that, to avoid that, you have to filter out any of the larger colloids or collected compounds of yeast cells or anything else that are still floating around in the wine. Try as you might, rack as many times as you want, you can't get rid of everything, inevitably. And the key to filtering is to make the wine as crystal clear and pristine as possible. The problem is, I think most people often do it just for aesthetic reasons. You know, a clear wine means it's a clean wine, by appearance only, really. But that's not always the case. With white wines, people expect wine to be clear, but, you know, at the same time, you're also probably losing some of the character of the wine. You're not only removing the bad parts of the wine, the volatile yeasts, maybe, or other items in there, but you're also removing some of the flavor compounds, potentially. I mean, filters are very, very fine, granted, and the molecules that they're removing out are very, very large in comparison. But it's a risk, you know, I mean, but I want to see what'll happen. This being the most basic filter that I have, you know, isn't the best example necessarily. A lot of the larger, more industrial style production wine, even small wineries use pneumatic, pressurized filters with multiple pads and multiple kinds of agents, basically, to remove out any unstable compounds out of the wine. Basically how this is going to work, it's already suctioned some of the wine from the tank above me here into the filter, but I'm going to have to release the valve to start filling the bottle, and so hopefully this won't go everywhere. Regrettably, this was the cheapest filter I could find, and it's also not very bottle friendly either, so off we go. The wine is now coursing down into the filter pad itself along with a regrettable bubble of air. At some point we should get fluid pouring through the filter, there we are, into a bottle of wine. Now, luckily it's not pouring all over the place. And the nice thing about this filter, even though it's the cheapest one out there, it's roughly around 45 bucks, is that unlike the one we had before, I can stop it at any point. One thing filtering does do is, as you can see, is oxygenate the wine as it's coming out. And with white wine, you really don't want to over-oxygenate it because basically that'll develop things like volatile acidity. You know, if there's any sort of bacteria floating around, they'll just keep that up. And also will oxidize the wine as well, gaining kind of nutty characteristics that'll destroy the freshness. But as you can see, the wine is still that kind of golden color that it was when we first got it. And as it continues to fill, I'm now going to get ready to stop it off once it gets close enough. A lot of air pouring through at the moment, so I'm going to have to recreate a new suction basically to keep it from oxidizing as it is. It continues to fill. Patience, 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 patience. So trusting gravity to do all the work for you isn't always the best thing. At this point, this is just the first run, so we'll just see how it works. We'll do better next time. So stop.